Sweaty clothes, the routine that I've learned to understand and know. Play my tricks, fragile mind, wrist your head on me. Shut my eyes, I'm not here. There must be some mistake. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious.
Death Stranding is a game built off of the human condition. The game is about how to survive in a world that doesn't want you anymore or has evolved past you. It's a game that focuses on many themes, including isolation, depression, and other types of different mental illnesses, but most importantly, isolation. In Death Stranding, you are always isolated. Even though you are with BB and trying to help reconnect the world doesn't want you. Especially since most of the time you're going to be fighting things that aren't really human. Well, not entirely. In this video, I want to talk about one of the best things that Death Stranding has done for me in the last week since I've been playing it. And that is how it helped me through my depression. For a long time, my mental illnesses have been affecting me, especially through my daily life, such as work and doing YouTube and writing my books. But for some reason, Death Stranding is just a little different for me. See, a lot of games that I've played in my life haven't given me this feeling that I could be proud of myself or I could be just generally happy to play it. Most of the time when I'm playing a game, it makes me feel like once it's over, then I have to reset the feeling or reset everything that I just learned and wait a few months to replay it. With the way that things have been lately in my life, I've been trying to find a game that fits the attitude of what I've been feeling. And I couldn't really get that feeling anywhere else. I could play Red Dead 2, but I've already played it so many times. I wanted something new to taste, something that my taste buds would love for the first time, something different, which brings me to Death Stranding. For the last 2 weeks, I've been on a Death Stranding binge. Every day for about 3 hours, I would sit down and play Death Stranding every day. At first, it was a little boring. It wasn't appealing to my taste. It wasn't like a lot of other Kojima games that I've played. I'm a very big Metal Gear fan. I've been a fan of Kojima's works for a long time, but for some reason, I didn't want to touch Death Stranding. It seemed boring to me. It seemed like the game would never appeal to my taste. But once I actually got a hold of it and tried to play it a few times, it finally clicked for me. But I've been thinking about this for a long time. Not Death Stranding, but my depression and how it affects me and how it affects my work and how it affects everything that I do, including talking to friends or talking to loved ones or doing my work. But for some reason, with Death Stranding, it makes me think differently. Like, I'm not alone if I'm playing this, if you get what I mean. Once I'm playing the game, sitting down for a few hours and trying to deliver packages or get to place, there's this familiarity of isolation that I feel when I'm just walking around doing stuff by myself or delivering packages. And that feeling carries over after I'm done playing the game. And for some reason, it's just, for some reason, a relief. Something I've never felt before while playing a lot of other games. The only other game that gives me this kind of relief is Red Dead Redemption 2. But with Red Dead Redemption 2, it doesn't give me the feeling of isolation. It gives me the feeling of hope that something might turn differently if I work hard enough. But with Death Stranding, it makes me feel like I'm seen for some odd reason. And I can't help but smile every time I play it. It makes me feel that all the hard work that I'm doing in the game actually matters. And see, that's what Hideo Kojima wanted us to feel when we're playing Death Stranding. He based Death Stranding off of a poem called The Road that was made in Japan a long time ago in the 70s. And the poem is about a loner who wants to reconnect everything through simple items, bands, strings, bamboo, one item at a time to make people feel less isolated. And Death Stranded gives you that feeling that you're reconnecting with people who are not there, if that makes sense. There's just something that Death Stranding does that makes me feel proud of myself every time I play it. From successfully getting deliveries done on time, or doing them as fast as I can, or doing them as many as I can at once, challenging myself more and more every time I play it, or successfully hiding from monsters, or getting done with boss battles, or figuring out puzzles, or figuring out which routes to take in the open world to successfully get done with my mission. I feel proud of myself every time I get done playing a session of Death Stranding. And I feel like that's what Kojima wanted when he made Death Stranding. I'm not saying I understand the man. Kojima is a very complex man. He's a very complex game designer. I'm just saying I feel like through the art and through the design of Death Stranding, it makes me understand his isolation. See, Hideo Kojima has been alone for a very long time, especially during the development of Death Stranding, due to COVID-19 and a lot of other factors, and him being kicked out of Konami. Kojima has been alone for a long time. And you can really see how that reflects to the gameplay of Death Stranding. The isolation of the world, the isolation through the gameplay, the isolation of the monsters, feeling like you're the only human being truly left on the planet. And all the hard work that you do makes you feel less lonely, if that makes sense. Through the game, you're going to be able to rebuild stuff with other players, and you're going to see other players' creations. One of my most favorite moments while playing Death Stranding so far is this highway that I rebuilt in the second area of the game. I found this random road, and I decided to spend hours upon hours just rebuilding a simple road across the map. It took hours, and after building it up and trying to figure out what routes were best for the road and trying to just have a good time, it made me feel so proud of making it. And I felt less alone because other players were engaged with the road. They were going to the road and using it and liking it, and also depositing resources for me because of how successful my highway route was. And no other game has ever done that for me. And I think Death Stranding does something so beautifully that no other game, in my opinion, has ever done. The feeling of reconnecting with players or reconnecting in a world where reconnection is such a hard topic or hard concept, especially in the real world, where people are just looking through their phones or not looking through what other people can do. Death Stranding makes us remember that reconnection is important, and that reconnection is part of the human nature. And it's something so beautiful that a lot of people need to look towards in life. This road that I built represents everything that I'm doing in Death Stranding. And I'm going to continue to build more roads when I play. And I'm so proud of myself for actually going through this place and just having fun playing it. A lot of games don't do that to me nowadays. And when I sit down and play Death Stranding, it makes me feel just so calm. I don't know what Death Stranding does, but I think Death Stranding has to be one of my most favorite games now. Because not only does it help with my depression and my OCD and all the other stuff that I'm dealing with, but it keeps me going. It keeps me thinking that I can make it and that there's hope in the world when a lot of hope is lost. And that hopefulness that Death Stranding puts out makes me know that, I can do it. I can build that road. I can build that journey. I can set those pieces of concrete in my life and do something hopeful. And I know I'm not the only one who feels that way, because a lot of people on the internet also feel that way. Those who actually like Death Stranding anyways. Their lives were also affected greatly with Death Stranding. Its hopeful messages, its reconnection abilities, just to everything that the game does. And so far, no other game can do it besides Death Stranding. Kojima has built something extraordinarily different than most game developers, and I can't wait for the sequel, which is already out. If you have not bought it yet, go play it. And if you haven't played the first one, definitely play Death Stranding. But anyway, I will see you guys later. Goodbye. And if you haven't yet, like and subscribe. I make more videos usually, but thank you guys for watching, and thank you for hearing me ramble. It means a lot to me. Goodbye.
It's a funny word, strand. A strand is part of rope or bond, while stranding means being washed up on the shore. And being stranded is when you can't go home.
I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
Here. I'll always be with you.
We're still here. We're still chugging along.
Not everyone.
I love you, Sam.
Not me.
Promise you'll remember.
All I ever did was run from death. The world's still broken. Same as before.
This mask hides more than just my face.
We're whole again. We're one.
Even when my heart stops, the pain lingers.
I know that feeling. Lost my family in an accident.
Baby's a tool, not a human being.
Kid's not just a tool. Name's Lou.
Close your eyes. I'm fragile, but I'm not that fragile.
The name's Higgs, the particle of God.
The time flow fast forwards whatever it touches, but it can't wash everything away. The past just won't let go.
Poor thing was never truly alive. Not in this world, at least.
You still with me, Lou? It's like I'm not even here. Same as it ever was.
A foundation. A bridge.
You'll be able to go wherever you want. Even the moon.
Once there was an explosion. A bang which gave birth to time and space. Once there was an explosion. A bang which set a planet spinning in that space.
Who are you?
Don't go! Everything I touch, I lose.
I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
I'll always be with you.
Sam!
Back off! There is no atoning for what I've done.
Shoot him!
I can beat you.
Stay there!
I can beat you.
Once there was an explosion. A bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion. An explosion that will be our last.